So there was a recording done where I never turned on my microphone, and it was a really good breakdown that I done. I was actually covering the daily time frame and the intraday time frames, and I can't cry over spilt milk, can't I? So I'm gonna quickly run you guys through the daily. I say you guys, but it's more myself, you guys, and everybody else who does decide to watch this, because this is going to be what I'd like this to be, is a running monologue of daily price action in order to find and spot signatures in price action that allows me to decide when price action is going to turn or continue or rally, or rally is the same as continuation to the upside in this instance, but range bound, right? So the mission of this is to spot the same thing over and over and over and over and over again and take advantage of that. That's the goal. And what we've seen today, we're currently having a look at the daily time frame, ESU 2024. Today is, this is Friday's price action. So what has happened, right, is today's what? Thursday, right? Wednesday, Friday. Looks like there's no trading today. So what we're going to do is quickly have a look on Forex Factory. USD bank holiday. So whenever there is a bank holiday in the United States, the stock index markets are closed. So that means on the Friday, we got employment change, unemployment rates, average hourly earnings, non-farm employment change, unemployment rate. At 3 o'clock on the Wednesday, just on the 10th. That's next week, isn't it? We'll just cover this week's, but let's have a look at the hourly time frame, just to have a look at what's going on. And this is the hourly time frame. We opened, rallied going into London session, ending London session with the highs at 572 and a quarter. Sold off going into the UK AM session, 8:30 came in. We failed to take stops, which if I was at the market, I'd like to see stops taken before the low resistance liquidity run that we did see. Because if I saw that, then I'll be looking to drop into the lower time frames and take advantage of either an imbalance or in this instance, it would probably be some form of an imbalance fair value gap within this area, within this candle here, especially this spike down into this order block. These 3 consecutive down close candles. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 consecutive bullish candles that printed all-time highs. All-time highs is currently at 595.75, so 5,595 and 3/4 before the Asian session came in, or we rounded off on the Asian session came in, and we slowly trickled to the downside. Because there is bank holiday on the Thursday, there will be no trading activity, so pretty much got today to catch up with a lot of things. So what my goal would be today is to go over a lot of the mentorship videos, the mentorship lectures, and just get up to grips with language and price action. Very, very good day today. Let's have a look at the 15-minute time frame. And I haven't mapped out the opening price for Wednesday. And the reason for that is because there's a lot of lipstick around that area. And it's best to keep it as clean and clear as possible. So I decided to leave it out because we've got a higher time frame array right there, and we also got the hourly there. This is a 15-minute time frame, and if I was to place the opening there, I mean, it's evident. I mean, I know the opening is there. It's really for people who don't know what they're looking at when they're watching my videos for the first time, who are going to be like, what are you talking about? This vertical tool here is laid out every single day, 12 o'clock. So anytime I refer back to that, I know it's 12 o'clock for that day. So everything that follows from that vertical line is price action for the day. And the next one would be price action for the next following day. And what we've seen is in London, rallied higher, not too much. Range bound, 315, 330, 345, 4 o'clock, 4:15, 4:30. 4:30 was the biggest move so far. 4:45, 5 o'clock, 5:15, 5:30, 6 o'clock. So all between that range between 4:30 and, could even argue and say 8 o'clock. Wasn't really doing much, but we did manage to create the highs at 572 and a quarter before selling off. Now, after we sold off, we did have volume imbalances. Or I say balances, but it was more time one imbalance that was in price action on the continuation to the downside. So after we saw that, spiked into higher time frame array, which 561 was a previous point of interest in which I'd like to see daily candle bodies close above. So this would be good, especially if I was to see these two extra candles. So after we see this reverse and we see these highs taken out, I want to see these highs taken out. This candle does that absolutely well. This candle confirms a potential for a new run to be made, pretty much. So what I'd be waiting for in this instance, right, because there's no fair value gap here, right? Remember, because this candle here took stops. This is the order block. It's sold into the fair value gap. Now, what I'd want to do is place my orders there with my stop loss. See, 569, 566, 876. That's 3 handles. 12 ticks, roughly between 12 to 13 ticks, right? And the goal would have been to ride it up into. So remember, if I'm placing my order at 569, then I'm taking my profits at 580. So that's over 10. You see where I'm coming from? That's a lot of handles, in a short space of time. But we're only aiming for 5. So if I'm placing my orders there, then maybe I'm coming out 569 or 574. 574 is there. See what I'm saying? So one contract off there, another contract off there. Simple, call it a day. But let's say I was to miss this order. Alright, price rallies above these highs. And then now I want to see a retracement into this last down close candle in the overall uptrend movement. Because you need to understand that 572, which is London's high, has already been taken out. So we've retraced with one down close candle, right? And then we've took highs out with this bearish shooting star, right? When you got that, and you got that bow, that's going to be the buying signal. So the buying signal would have been at 11:30 and 11:45 at the highest displacement. So that would have been the mean threshold and the upper displacement. Stop loss halfway of this imbalance of Let's say we're placing it there, 7.6, 7.4, 7.3 even. Now I'm taking profit at 5.88 and a quarter, and I would have wrapped it up there. Yeah, with that being said, I will update this. I'll update the charts a bit more. Later on throughout the week, but it will be very quiet on the Thursday. So I will not be doing any analysis for any of the other pairs. It's strictly ES, and maybe I might touch on dollar index on the Thursday. Who knows? Another thing I didn't mention is this halfway point in the fair value gap. We see a spike into the fair value gap, into the consequent encroachment before we see a run up creating highs, sell off. But I believe on a Friday we could retrace back into this order block and potentially past it. But the first point of interest would be the 5.83 and a quarter area before anything else. So yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up, and yeah, I'll catch up with me later on, and you guys too.